you talked about the stress of service and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and how do you? Because I think lots of people want to. Well, as you said, you get those people coming here saying, "I want to follow my passion into, whether it's pizza or tacos or painting." There's often like a massive bit of stress that people don't really see. I have it with this, right? There's so much ag involved with this. People think it's a 2-hour chat. It's like there's hours behind the scenes.
Yes.
Like, what's been the fucking hardest day on your journey, mate? When you just felt like actually.
Some days I'm sick and I can't. I feel like I have to come into work and I feel like I'm so run down or I'm suffering with fatigue. And then that will be the day when people will turn up. Someone from New York will turn up, or Connecticut, or someone from Scotland or Manchester, and I'll tell them the story that I'm telling you today, maybe 5 times over the counter whilst making pizza, which I love doing. But when you're feeling ill, sometimes it is hard, and there's days like that once a week, And but saying that, I'm blessed that people come that want to know this, and they want to know the story, and Vincenzo's wouldn't be the same without me. I guess me talking to these people over the counter.
Oh, the story
like
spreads,
the cranky
mate.
pizza man, whatever I don't know how they see me, but that's what I feel like sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I saw it with you when you were here the other day. But it's like the authentic, raw passion.
Yeah.
You're like, someone's calling you, like, look, I can't change it. You
Yeah.
didn't swear, but you're like, mate, I can't change your order, and it's like it is full fucking pace.
Yeah.
Like, people are coming in. I remember we were sat here. There's a guy being like, mate, I've come all the way from Crystal Palace. You're like, sorry, mate, we sold out in 3 minutes
That's
today.
constant. All day we're turning people away. And it's always people that aren't following us on Instagram that are turning up. And I say, you're not following us on Instagram. They go, no, why? I say, well, because we keep everyone updated. We tell everyone we're sold out. And, But people are recommending. It's word of mouth is amazing. People say, oh, I was recommended you. And I was like, didn't the person that recommends you tell you that we sell out before we open? That'd be really helpful if they'd done that. But
no, but we're definitely going to get onto the, like, why you keep it such limited numbers per day. Yeah. I think it's genius. But I'd love to go back into some of those harder days.
Okay.
Because
I think an example of it.
Yeah, because I remember you saying to me before we hit record, like, you're doing all of this, and you said to me you've got, like, you struggle with insomnia.
Yeah.
Which I just think, mate, you're like a fucking superhuman pizza slinger. Like, when you get here, and I don't think this is what I'm trying to paint the picture quite literally of. Do you know who Theo Von is, the comedian?
No.
He's a joker, mate. He's just hilarious. But he's like, he's so funny. But he's got a quote which I actually think is really good. It's like, once you achieve your dream, you've got to actually do your dream.
Yeah.
Which is actually, people think, oh my God, you're banging out pizzas all day, like you're following your dream, your passion. You've got this guy coming to take fucking photos. Tomorrow, like, do you know what I mean? You got chasing status here.
Yeah.
Like, but I want to get into the hard days, like, and you struggle with this insomnia. So when you wake up in the morning, or if you wake up, if you haven't gone to sleep, like, what do you feel like, and how do you just keep going?
Yeah, it's hard. Like, the minute you wake up, there's phone calls, there's messages on Instagram, there's emails, and it's you're running the business. Plus, like, I employ 9 people, so being an employer is a full-time job. I do the social media, I do everything. But yeah, the insomnia is hard. I think if I slept every 8 hours a night, I'd probably have had 4 shops by now. I would have moved on a lot quicker. But we're here. We're selling out every night. We're turning away so much. We're just because we're at max capacity. But yeah, the insomnia is hard.
Yeah, and you seem to be very stoic about how you just kind of get on with it.
Yeah, there's no choice. I'm in too deep now.
Yeah.
And you just got to keep going. I've got responsibilities. I'm an employer. I can't. I've got staff that need to work.
Yeah. And how do you mitigate the stress with that, or like?
I'm a very bad delegator, but I'm learning, and I have been blessed with amazing staff.
Yeah.
Like, from day one. One of my guys, he's been with me since the beginning, and since we opened the shop, and he's always been right by my side. And now he's amazing and a pizza maker, and starting to give him responsibility. But I didn't know how to give him responsibility. Anyone, it took months of him just watching me and just being by my side before I could even say, right, do you want to make a pizza? Because I didn't feel like I had a second to stop and show him. because
Yeah.
it was constant, and then the amount of people coming in and talking, and I was juggling so much. It was really hard. But
And how did you get? Because a lot of people listening to this will have their own business and stuff, and one of the common things is like, how the fuck do you delegate? How did you get good at like separating that?
I'm not good at it. I'm still bad
Yeah,
at it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a complete martyr. I'll do all of it. If, I find it easier to just bury my head and get on with it than stop and think and go, right, you should do this, you could do that. I don't know, it's just not in me. But I'm starting to learn. I've got good people around me, my partner, some friends that will say, Tom, slow down, do this, do that. Why don't you ask this person to do that? And I will. But it takes a while for me to realise that I need to do that.
And so on that period of you making these pizzas in the pub, then you're finding this shop, what's been the hard period? Because I'm just trying to add some reality to, like, you see, I eat this banging pizza, but there's a person behind the scene. What's been the hardest like moment for you?
From the minute I was at that pub, I was always looking for somewhere around here.
Where was the boozer?
It was just down the road. It was called Load of Hay Pub, and it had a little hatch. It was like perfect, And,
Yeah.
But when I came to the end of being there, I was looking. Well, from the time I was there, I was looking for a shop around this area. And what's hard? It's really hard to find somewhere, like unless you've got a letting agent or something like that. But I'd find an empty shop. There'd be a sign. I'd phone up. You just wouldn't get anywhere. I kept getting dead ends, or a lot of near misses. Like I thought I found the perfect shop, but the council wouldn't give me permission to put an extractor in. Or the residents were moaning about the parking or something like that, and it got refused. Things like that, it's really hard. People come in here all the time. Why haven't you got a bigger shop? Why don't you get a bigger shop, Tom? And it's like, it took me 2 years to find this place, So you have no idea how hard it is for someone who's on their own. I don't have a partner. I've only got one head that's doing everything. So it's really hard to find somewhere. So yeah, but being like it would be great if I had a partner, someone to share half the jobs with, but I don't.